going to start with shoulder rolls, up and around. Post-op Pilates POPs program. Shoulder roll. We're going to start with some mobility through your spine. Arm slides down the side. And then slides back up. Other side. Sliding down. And slides back up. And sliding down. Reaching towards the toes. Try to avoid leaning forwards or backwards. And keeping both heels on the ground. Now let your hip gently come out to the side. And then back up. Other side. Again, to first just move the upper body. Reaching the fingertips to the floor. And then let the hip come out to the side to reach a little further. And then ease your way up. Take your hands on your hips. And rotate into a little twisting center. Rotate and center. Other side. Rotate and center. Rotate. One more each side. Back to the center, roll the shoulders around. And just turn to the side. Back nice and tall. We're going to flat back here. Flat back, long neck, and straighten back up. Flat back, and straighten on up. Flat back, and up. Flat back. Push up nice and tall to more. Long neck. Last one. And down, stay down. Keep your feet pressed into the ground. Don't lean back. Reach the arms up. And down. And reach. And back. And reach. And back. And reach. And back. Two more. Reach. And back. One more and reach. And straighten all the way up. Let the arms come down by your side. One more hinge forward. Knees nice and straight. Long neck. Reach the arms towards the ceiling. Continue to reach the hands long and away from your ears for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And straighten up nice and tall. Heel raises from here. Press the toes into the ground. Lift the heels and lower the heels. Lift and lower, nice and slow. Turn to the side so you can see how high I'm working to lift. Start off with trying to keep your ankles from rolling out or in. So you're starting with lifting straight up. Once you're at a comfortable position to lift straight up at a lower level, then you begin to lift those heels a little higher. So your start is right here. Toes pressed into the ground. Abdominals are in. Ankles are nice and straight. And look down for a second to make sure your ankles aren't rolling out to the side. And then you get into this tall heel lift. One more here. And let your knees bend a little bit. Round your back as you roll down towards the floor. You might be able to touch your toes because the knees are bent some. Let your chest rest on your thighs. And then roll yourself up. And roll the shoulders back and around. And let's come down to the mat. From here, you're going to keep your abdominals in, feet flat against the mat. Let your pelvis roll down to round your back. Round, round, round. You can let your arms touch if you feel like you have too much pressure through the back, and then roll all the way down. Let your head rest. And from here, we're going to go into our ab series. Left knee goes into your chest. Right leg stretches out. And then we're going to switch legs. And switch. Head can stay long against the mat. You can also begin to lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. You want to keep your neck long as you lift up. None of this chin all the way down to your chest. Neck's long. If it feels too uncomfortable, put your hands behind your head. Keep that curl upper abs. Reach. And reach. One more time. Straighten that straight knee and legs go into tabletop. Arms reach towards the ceiling, or you can let your head stay down. Arms and legs reach out together. Arms and legs come down. Arms and legs reach. And then down. Again, you can lift the head up. Reach. And down. One more lift. And down. Reach. Wrap behind your thighs. You can lower the head for a second. Stretch out both legs. Reach your hands high up. Trying to reach past your knee. If you curl up, you may be able to reach a little higher. And we're going into our single straight leg stretch. Before this, we did a double leg stretch. Then we have single, straight leg, straight knee, stretch. And switch. Head, neck, and shoulders are up. Abdominals stay pulled down and in. One more each side. And then meet both legs at the top. Lower your head down. Lower the arms down. Hands go behind your head. And now we're going to go into a double straight leg stretch. Heels are together, toes are out. Upper abs are pulled in. Lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. Lower the leg just a little bit in the middle. Legs lower just a little. So you're only lowering to a point that you feel those abs kick in and your back isn't going into an arch. You can test that how far down you can go, but you're never going so that you can arch the back. And you keep the back nice and flat, or slight arch, which is neutral. Lift lower and lift your head. Heads up. Lower. One more. And lift. Pull everything in, knees into your chest. Legs come back out in the tabletop. One more component of this ab series. Want to add a little flair to it. So with the music, we're going to come up to one side, little snap. And switch. Up. Switch. Legs are on tabletop the whole time. It's a straight line from your knee to your hip. Right here, not into here. And down. Wait for the music to come back on. Go into your upper ab curl. Rotate down. Rotate. Snap and down. And again, lift, rotate, snap and down. And rotate. Do one more each side. Rotate. And rotate and down. And now let's pull both knees into your chest. Flex your feet. And lower the legs down. Now for our bridge series. The regular bridge or the normal bridge is a pelvic tilt. Your back's flat and then you roll up. Shoulders stay against the mat. You don't want to let your back arch as you come up. You're keeping a nice straight position. And then you come down, middle back touches before the low back waistband touches. And again, head stays down, we're rolling up. Arms are reaching long, rolling out. Rolling up and rolling down. And So your feet are flat on your mat. Lift it up. Roll down. Let's do 3 more here. Roll and down. Last one, come up, stay up. Reach your arms over your head. Elbows bend and straighten. 3 and 2 and 1. Everything comes down. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left. You can either keep it this way or hold on to your right leg and lift the left hip behind, or both hips come off for single leg bridge on the left side. If it's hard to lift and get some clearance between your bottom and the floor, you just want to press that heel into the floor, and you're going to feel the butt muscles squeeze and contract and release. So you can do that if it's hard to get the leg up, but when you press, try holding about 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, do 2 more here if you're lifting. Bring the leg down, lift the other leg up. Press, either pressing into the mat or lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Count out your 10 either way. So either you're pressing, holding 3 to 5 seconds, or you're lifting each time. Both ways, counting 10 repetitions. 1 more, at least. And pull everything in. Knees into your chest. Let's stretch your legs up. Flex your feet. And begin to circle your ankles in one direction. They can go together, away from each other. And then circle them in the reverse. You want to keep right knee nice and straight. Lower the left leg down. So you may need to lower the right leg down a bit if it's hard to keep the knee straight, or straight as you can make it. Now let's point the foot, reaching your arms by your side. Let's circle this leg around, past the other leg, and out to the side. Circling. Shoulders pressed against the mat. Abs are pulled in. So your back is in an arch. Circle. 1 more. Let's reverse the direction of the circle around. And circle. And circle. So 2 more circles here. And back to the top, flex the foot, keeping the knee straight as you can. Maybe you straighten it out a little more as you get this low. All the way down. And then let's take the other leg up. Let's point that foot, only lift it as high as you can with the knee stay straight. No, try not to let it bend. Cross your body with your other leg, circle it around. Circle it around. Abdominals stay engaged. Engaged, trunk is nice and still, not rock and roll. And 1 more in this direction. And let's reverse the direction around. Reverse. Reverse. 2 more circles here. Back to the center, flex the foot. Now you're ready to let the leg come down, but try to straighten it a little bit to go slowly, slowly, slowly down. And rest. You can reach both arms over your head. Let your back lift off so you get a bit of an arch here. Inhale. Exhale as you bring the arms, then the elbows, arms by your side. And you make your way onto your belly. Nice and long neck. Shoulders, let's roll the shoulders. Head looks towards the floor. Eyes are pointed straight down, neck is nice and long. And let's shoulder roll before we go into our swan. Inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Do one more. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Nose is on the mat, and then chest peels off the mat. Pelvic, pubic bone presses into the mat in the front. And we're just coming up to our rib cage. You're not trying to go into a big arch of the low back. And again, pressing up, keeping the abdominals in. Nice and controlled down. Hold it down. Let's look at swans here. Stretch it to the back. Inhale, exhale down. And then up again. Shoulders down. Down, down. And rest. So take your hands in front of your on the mat. You're going to put your forehead on the tops of your hands. And take the right knee and bend the knee. Flex your foot point. Flex your foot. And then lower down. Other way. Bend. Flex. Point. Lower down. And switching the feet way. And again. And more. 2 and stretch. One more. 2 and stretch. Again. And stretch. One more. And stretch. And bend your knees. Bring your heels together, toes out. Gently press the heels together. Squeeze the behind. And release. So press the heels, squeeze the behind. 5-second hold here. And release. Heels press. Squeeze the behind. And release. 2 more. Heels press. Squeeze the behind. And release. And last one. Heels press. Squeeze behind. Hold. And release. Point your toes. Stretch everything out. And now dig your toes under you on the mat so the heels are up towards the ceiling. And tighten the thigh muscles to straighten the knees, pressing the backs of the knees up towards the ceiling, and then bending. You get a little stretch, and then down. Stretch, and then down. Lifting, and lowering. Lift, and lower. So 2 more here. Good. And then on the last one, keep the knees straight, but you can lower your feet down. Again, keep the knees straight. You can point your toes and try lifting your thigh off the mat. And you can stay down. I'm just looking up to kind of see you. And alternate legs. You want to keep your back in the relatively same position, front of your pubic bone pressing into the mat as you lift one leg and then lift the other. One leg and lift the other. Just alternating one and the other. Switch. So remember, trying to keep the knee nice and straight. And you're going to feel a stretch to the front of your hip. One more each side. Great. And rest. Let's make our way onto the side. And you can even grab your band. You want to loop your band around. So if you have that already tied band, You can just loop it around, or take your band. It's like you're going to tie up your legs, wrap it around once, give it a little twist, and then lay on top of it. You want it to feel pretty tight when you wrap it around. And you can either put your hand under your head or use a pillow here. Let your legs stack on top of one another. And from here, actually, we're not start with the plan, but we're going to start by opening up from the hip and the foot. So you want to keep a space between toes. And then from here, straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. And then straighten and bend. So the whole time you're trying to keep lifting the leg up as you straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Keep getting the ball, but the thigh is staying still. And one more. And lower down. Now to the clown. Feet stay together, knees open and close. So band is a foot. A little more resistance to it. Open, close. 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then keep both knees together. Lift the thighs. Lift the lower leg up and down, keeping the thighs together. So you're not really working on the band with the band right now. And you feel like your bottom leg's helping to lift that top leg up. So 2 more. On this last one. Feet together and open and close the knees. Just you feel the hardest, the curve to the side of the leg. Like 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower everything down. Woo. Just stretch out those legs. The band will get in the way, so you can loosen the band, but let the top leg come over and let it rest on the mat. You lift and lower the bottom leg. Try to avoid pushing a lot with your arm to help get the leg to come up. So you can go all the way down, neck relaxed, shoulder relaxed. Not really even using this hand to lift. Hold it up there. Foot and flex this foot. And then point the foot and circle the whole way. Circle around. Circle around. Keeping the thumbs in reverse the direction of the circle. Great. Last one and lower down. Okay, let's stay here for a stretch. You bring your upper body forward a little bit, and then you're going to rotate your upper half towards the back wall. Keep your hands underneath your head to give your back neck a little support. And you can even keep just one hand, the other arm here to just rest on your rib cage, take some extra stress off the shoulder. And then you ease your way back around. And then we have to go to the other side. So you can undo your band, press yourself up.
You know, my screen changed. It says it's recording because I clicked the button that said record.
Oh, I actually did that.
Right, the little box came up for me, and so I clicked it too.
Oh, okay.
So the little red thing is flashing.
As long as you, yeah, that's fine. I just thought about it that I could only halfway through, but I'll do a little something for warm up for Ms. Allen. I just thought about I could record it. The only thing I don't know if as far as sending it, which platform? Sometimes Google, I don't know if Gmail will let me. I'll have to send it a different way. I'll try to figure that out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know how it works, but
Usually, it'll save to my computer, but I may have to do a lengthy drive or something. I can figure that out. But you can get a copy too. So you're just going to keep your abdominals in. And really, we'll start with lifting the leg straight out. We started with more extension. Normally, I would start and then straighten the leg out with a little more flexion. So I'm going to tag on to this video when we finish a little more of a,
this
you
hurts so much. This is the surgery leg.
Now, when you try to,
Yeah.
is it when you try to straighten it out?
Yes.
You feel it in the back of the knee more, the front, just the whole thing,
Right in the kneecap.
right through there.
I think it's a lot of scar tissue.
Bending it in under you,
It
back
doesn't hurt as much when I bend under as when I try to straighten it.
and out. And so you have a little bit of extent straightening. Um, you don't have the full straightening in the surgery leg, correct?
Right. I can't straighten it. Right.
Try to bring your toes up towards you. I'm gonna get a little more stretch back into the whole,
Whew.
yeah. And then extension, last one, and then lower it down. And then from there, going into the clam. So we'll get a little more focus on that extension range of motion. This is going to be more hip muscle work. Do a little more of that at the end as well. What about with standing? When you're standing up, do you feel that when you try to straighten the knee up?
No, it doesn't bother me when I'm standing.
No.
No.
Yeah. Knees stay together, lower, lifting the lower half. And lower. So one more left hold. Open and close from here. This is the toughest. I can also feel the work. Uh-oh, there's a band there last halfway through. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Lower it all the way down. And loosen the band and let the top leg come over. Stretch out the bottom one. Again, you may feel better if you lower to rest your head all the way. You're going to lift the bottom leg with the foot flexed. Okay, one more. Hold it there. Point the foot. Take the ankle, this whole hip around to circle. Now, working to keep this knee straight as you circle. 2 more in this direction. Try to make it as smooth as possible. And now reverse the direction. Up and around, up and around. Up and around, up and around. 2 more. Great. And then lower everything down. And put your hands behind your head. Bring your whole upper body forward a bit. Use your hands behind your head and rotate over. You can either keep the hands, both hands behind your head, remember, or one hand can go at your rib cage. That takes some extra stress off the shoulder joint. And take a couple breaths, feeling that stretch through your hip. And now for this side, let's work a little on the straightening. Begin to straighten this top leg here. So similar to when you were laying on your side, try to make this leg straight and then pull your toes up towards you. So you could also do this on the opposite side, but really doing it on the side that has the most limit in your straightening is a good way to work on those muscles. How does this one feel?
It's a good stretch. It doesn't hurt. The stretch feels good.
Okay, so you feel more of the stretch versus in the hip and thigh versus the knee cap area?
No, it just feels like the whole, like the inside of the knee is stretching, but the outside doesn't hurt like it did.
Okay. Okay. And then with the toes up towards you, ankle up towards you, you may feel more calf stretch too. And then same with kind of the hip behind area. Okay. Bring everything back around. Take your time to bring that leg around and bring the band away. We're going to sit up and sort of stretch legs forward. So we're working on a little more of that straightening here. Let's take the band around your left. You want to put it, try to get it kind of towards the center. Reaching over. Even this may be a stretch to reach to get the band on your foot. And from here, toes, you want the band, your toes a little bit in the band so that your toes are, the band's covered, covering your toes. And you're just going to try to flex and then point your foot, but not just your ankle, also your toes are pointing down. And then flex, point, and then flex. Sit as tall as you can. So you don't want to keep this rounded back position. You want to stay up like this as you flex and point 5 more. Flex and point 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave your foot flexed. Use your abdominals. This time let your back round here as you begin to lift the leg.
Oh, it's just one leg.
Yeah, just one leg for the lift, yeah. Yeah, just doing one leg.
I was trying to get it around both legs. That's what took me so long. I couldn't get it.
Your
Okay.
hand's a little shorter, right? So you may just kind of hold on to it towards the end, but you're going to do a little roll back and keep this rounded position of your back. Let the leg lift. See if you now can let the back and the leg move together. So as the back goes back, the leg goes up, as opposed to here first, then look. So we're just going into a nice, kind of like a little rocking chair. Shoulders down. Yeah. So it's may not be as much of a stretch for the back of the knee as it would be if you had something that's stiff. But you're working on these muscles to round it back. Lift, hold here. Point and flex this one foot. Point and flex and point and flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One down. So reaching forward to switch legs. Stretching. Sit nice and tall. Ankle flex. Back nice and tall. From here, let's start with first. Okay, point and flex the foot. I'll move this one out of the way so you can see it a little better. If you have your other leg and you want to bend it, that may allow you to sit a little taller versus being back here. Point and flex. Point and flex. Okay, so one more. Pull the leg flex. Now you can straighten out the other leg. And your goal is going to be to lead with this leg, abs pulled in, and then lower down. Everything moves together. Okay. Nice and smooth. Knees as straight as you can make it. Toes flexed up towards you. 2 more. Hold this one up there. Point and flex. 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 All the way down. Reach so that now you can put both legs in, both feet in. And you just want to secure the band around so that your toes don't have to be in the band this time. So as tall as you can, palms face each other. Bend the elbows, bring the back up nice and tall. Forward. And straight. And down. And straighten. And down. And straighten. One more here. Bend and hold it back there. Tall back, knees nice and straight. Little pulse. Next long. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And let everything come forward. Let your head look down. And roll shoulders as you look up. See if your band's long enough. You're going to take your hands all the way to the end. Work to get your elbows straight, palms facing the back wall. Secure the band. And you're going to take a movement back and forward. Really the goal is not moving the arms back far, it's just keeping a tall back as you bring the arms back just a little bit. Shoulders down, away from the ears. You want to reach your fist to the floor. You can even slide your hands along the floor. See that here? The hands are actually sliding on the floor. Trying to avoid forward shoulders. So 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Move back in. And let's take the band off. Reach forward with the band. I'll turn to face you. Just going to take my legs out. Feet flexed up towards the ceiling. I just doubled my band just so it's too stiff. You may have to triple it so it's too stiff to actually pull apart. But you want to imagine that you could break this band. So you may be able to see I'm pulling a little bit, right? But I'm trying to keep my arms straight as I try and pull. So you might even see here, maybe I'm seeing what my back muscles are looking like. As I try to pull the band apart, it's a really stiff band. You may see a couple back muscles working, arm muscles working. So that's where you want to try and maintain. As you sit tall, rotate around as far as you can go, and then lower the band, your hands on the floor, let your head look down. Maybe reach out a little bit towards the band. And roll back up. Arms reach out. Rotate around the other side. Remember, you're twisting from your spine, not trying to lean back. Lower the hands. And reach the hands to the horizontal. Head looks down. Do one more like that. So you're going to roll up. Rotate over. Still keep pulling the band apart. Lower down and reach the arms out slightly. Keep both butt bones down. Roll up. And around the other side. Roll up. Back to the center. Bring your arms in. Just put the band down. And we're going to just finish up with our mermaid. Sliding your hand down. Left hand reaches out to the side. Elbow bends a little bit. And again, I'm keeping this sit bone down. And then reach the arm over your head. Like a rainbow. Chest towards the camera. Reach. Other arm walks down towards the edge of the mat. And you can let your elbow bend a couple of times. Keeping your chest up. I had to even come up a little further for me, myself. Reaching over your head. And all the way back up. And let your shoulders roll around. And then you're all finished.
Yay!